Welcome to News Today with Universal Parks News Today. I'm Tom Corliss, and here now the news for June 20th, 2025 as we celebrate the 50th anniversary of Jaws. Yay! All right, I have to unbuckle this though, because otherwise you guys aren't going to hear me clearly. So I'm going to sit like this the rest of the show. Here we go. According to the Dallas-Fort Worth local NBC News, the Frisco City Council has approved updated murals to be featured on the Universal Kids Resort Hotel. They also revealed some other updates about the project. The newly approved murals will adorn the facade of the resort hotel. The mural featuring characters from Shrek and another featuring Minions will be placed on the front. Those showcasing characters from SpongeBob SquarePants and Trolls will face the park side. A more detailed look at the characters included in each mural was released as well. Frisco City Council must approve all hotels, parking structures, and any structure taller than 50 feet that stands outside of the park in compliance with Frisco's SUP development standards. The hotel's entrance faces the Cobb Hill community, where some residents previously voiced opposition to the theme park over traffic and quality of life concerns. This pushback has led to several changes over the course of the park's development. The new concept art for the entrance of the hotel is color blocked with orange, yellow, green, pink, purple, and blue squares. Some of the windows in each section are oval shaped while others are square. The on-site hotel, which does not yet have an official name, is expected to have 300 rooms. The updated concept art shows a multicolored 5-story building with murals of Universal characters on the ends of each wing. John Letelier, Frisco's Director of Development Services, told the news outlet that the theme park is slated to open sometime between April and June of 2026. In a closer look at the approved murals, Shrek, Donkey, and Puss in Boots are among the Shrek franchise representation, while several Minions and Evil Minions, or the Purple Minions, represent the Illuminations Minions land. These murals seem to correspond with specific lands in the park. And as seen in the recently released images, the areas in the park are expected to be called Shrek Swamp, Minions vs. Minions, SpongeBob SquarePants Bikini Bottom, and Trolls Fest. At first glance, the new concept art seems similar to the previously released art for the park. However, this updated illustration contains more detail than the previous version, including what may be some building updates. In the updated Universal Kids Resort art, we can see some of these locations in more detail. One thing that bothers me is there was very visible a Krusty Krab location in the old art, and now it's hard to see if it's still there. I'm somewhat worried that that is not being allowed to happen. I know the creator of SpongeBob was very much against the character being used to sell kids fast food. I don't know if that has somehow sprung up here maybe. I don't know. But either way, it doesn't look like it's there. Universal announced the name for the resort in December of 2023 and said the smaller scale park would offer a unique theme park experience for the younger crowd. The lands of Universal Kids Resort will be inspired by Illumination, Nickelodeon, DreamWorks, and Jurassic World. Universal refers to them as 6 immersive themed lands, plus a custom Gabby's Dollhouse experience, which will be somewhere in the entry area. But we'll keep giving you updates on this park as they become available, but we're just about a year away. Epic Universe guests hoping to take their Pizza Moon leftovers home or back to their hotel or anywhere out of the building are out of luck, as the quick service restaurant is currently saying they are dine-in only. Pizza Moon has previously offered boxes for pizza, but has none as of Tuesday, June 17th. And beyond that, team members are telling guests that they can't leave the building with their pizza at all. We wanted to take our pizza over to Meteor Astropub, which we know has to-go boxes, because in fact, they have a to-go window. It seems the only way guests could take their pizza somewhere else is if they smuggled it away in a bag. The rule is strict regardless of whether you have a slice, half a pizza, or a full pizza. We were offered a refund in the end, but that doesn't solve the issue of food waste, obviously. Mobile order was also turned off this week, and Pizza Moon is only offering a limited menu, which makes me sad because Pizza Moon, I don't know if you guys have watched the review on this channel or read it on our website. The food at Epic Universe is incredible. It's unbelievable for theme park food. This pizza is fantastic. I love it. And the fact that half a pie or more could be left on a table with no resolution seems kind of crazy. The pizzas currently missing from the menu include the Hala Kahiki Mahina, the Space Cowboy, the Giant Mushroom, and the Harvest Moon. It's worth mentioning we've heard from some VIP tour guests that they were able to get the pizzas they wanted on request. They're not doing it for every guest, so you don't expect to go up there and order something. Because I tried on Tuesday to order one of the pizzas not on the menu because no one had told us it was a limited menu. And they were like, we're not making that currently. This appears to be a capacity thing. So this is to speed up service, but when you have like the greatest pizza menu in fast food theme park history, it's a sin to be making mostly just plain pepperoni and cheese. It really makes me sad, and I'm sure it makes many of you sad as well. This pizza policy, this to-go food policy in general is kind of nuts, and this exploded into a huge argument on social media from people who have no dog in this fight. But number one, I will say, for those of you with kids, you probably know the drill. Typically, it's not uncommon for children to like have a couple bites and then, you know, just, I want to go, can we go? And you throw all that pizza out, and then 5 minutes later, the kids are like, I'm hungry. So that would be just one scenario. Another would be you've built a theme park that has a hotel in it and also 2 value resorts across the street from it within an under 10-minute walk or a under 5-minute bus ride. Food will stay hot in that time. And people are not allowed to take their food with them to these hotels? That's kind of crazy. Beyond that, I'm not allowed to leave the premises with it. I can't take the pizza to a bench by the fountains or to the nighttime show or to anything else. This is nuts, especially when there are restaurants in Celestial Park with to-go specific windows, which would be Meteor Astropub. They told us I couldn't go ask at Meteor Astropub. They would deny me a box because the pizza is not from Meteor Astropub. It was a weird interaction. I felt like, and I asked very politely. I tried to just ask flat out, no attitude, tried not to be rude to team members anytime we interact in any way. And I just felt like they were villainizing us for wanting to take the pizza. It was like the manager rolled their eyes. They laughed with the person at the cash register about it. Like, I'm sorry, I have this pizza. I thought I was going to be able to take it. I was not told they have a counter, essentially a check-in counter outside. No one told us of the limited menu, nor the fact that you can't take any pizza with you anywhere at that podium. Then, like, at the actual ordering counter, it wasn't said. I don't know. Pizza is a thing that it's a pie, and these are shareable pies. These are not single-person pizzas, albeit I've had a whole one myself, and I know many of you had, but there are plenty of people that do not eat whole 1 to 2 person pizzas in a single sitting. That's very common that doesn't happen. So I don't know what's going on with this, and I know people come in with it's hot in a theme park, and you want to bring your pizza outside in the heat and blah, blah, blah. No one's saying to keep the pizza for 8 hours outside. That's not what anyone was saying. You're drawing a conclusion to have an argument because it's just the thing to do in this community is to fight me on points that probably don't need to be fought about. But you paid for the food. It is your property at this point. You should be able to decide what the fate of said food is, should you not? Let me know in the comments how you feel. But and I've been doing this for 18 years, and I've had some ridiculous fights on the internet in 18 years, some nonsense. But this might take the cake, or in this case, the pie. Universal has updated the Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein experiment on-ride photo at Epic Universe to include Ygor instead of the Bride of Frankenstein. Ygor is now positioned next to guests with a menacing smile and a large knife in his hand. The bride was previously pictured in the same spot, despite not being in the ride. It makes sense to replace her with Ygor, not only because he's a major character on the attraction, but because of his popularity. He's beloved already. Here's the old version of the photo. You're seeing it now. And then here's the new one. It also features Victoria Frankenstein, Dracula, albeit with shoes on, and Frankenstein's monster. For those who don't know, Dracula doesn't have shoes in the ride. That is on purpose. Supposedly, Victoria did that when she captured him to demean him. That's the in-story reason for Dracula not having shoes, but someone decided to give him shoes for this photo. Who knows why? Anyway. But she may not appear on the ride, but the bride does have a meet and greet in Darkmoor with Frankenstein's monster. You can meet her. Ygor also wanders the Dark Universe village, interacting with guests. The Captain Toad figure at the end of Yoshi's adventure in Universal Epic Universe is now moving and talking. The figure appears near the end of the Super Nintendo World attraction. It has been static since Yoshi's adventure opened for previews, at least to pass holders. There are some reports that during cast previews or team member previews, it worked. but it didn't during any of those other previews. But anyway, he now waves and thanks guests for their help in finding the golden egg. At night, Captain Toad's headlamp and the egg glow as well. The original Yoshi's Adventure opened at Super Nintendo World in Japan in 2021. The ride did not open in the Hollywood version. There was no space for it, but here it is. I know this ride's divisive. I will tell you, as time has gone on, I remember really being disappointed in Japan. And then I really like a lot of the little changes they've made. I'll leave all this for the honest review, which is coming very soon for Super Nintendo World at Epic. But I don't think it's that bad. It's not my favorite. It could have been better, but I don't think it's bad. We're officially in Halloween Horror Nights prep season. Crews have installed the first towers for the annual event at Universal Studios Florida. Fast and Furious Supercharged is now closing at 6 p.m. to accommodate the construction. The ride sometimes closes completely in the fall, so its queue can be used for a haunted house. There's a tent up for that haunted house, visible on the right side when facing Fast and Furious Supercharged. As WWT reported earlier this month, crews are setting up the Fear Factor Live Theater for HHN's live stage show. There are black curtains and a barn-like structure set up, and the HHN show for the past few years has been a variation of Nightmare Fuel, with last year being Nightmare Fuel Nocturnal Circus. Universal has not yet announced this year's show. Outside the theater are 4 steel scaffolding towers. These are usually used to support lighting equipment that illuminates walkways and scare zones, but they're also sometimes dressed up as set pieces. This is earlier than usual for such pillars to be installed. They typically go up in July. We spotted 2 more scaffolding towers, one in the corner of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Diagon Alley and another in Battery Park. The one at the Wizarding World has a large black cube base, while the others all have short bases. Halloween Horror Nights will have its earliest start date ever of August 29, 2025, running on select nights through November 2nd. Tickets are on sale now. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guest and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. The best part is their concierge services are 100% free. So head on over to pureguestvacations.com/WDWT, and their team will design your next epic vacation, from the Universal theme parks to the Walt Disney World and Disneyland resorts, to Disney Cruise Line, Virgin Voyages, Royal Caribbean, and more. Universal Orlando has new shoulder plush inspired by the Cat in the Hat, Thing 1 and Thing 2. They previously offered shoulder plush made by a different company, but these are Universal Studios branded. We saw them at the Universal Studios store in USF. We also saw them in the store outside of the Cat in the Hat attraction. The Cat in the Hat shoulder plush is $25. It is, as you would guess, it is the Cat in the Hat, and he can sit on your shoulder. There also then is Thing 1, which is $25, and Thing 2 is $25. They are sold separately, so it's quite the endeavor if you want to get both. It's going to be $50 if you want both of them. Although you can get your pass holder discount if you do have an annual pass, but they are available now. Drones have finally returned to CineSational, a symphonic spectacular, the nighttime show at Universal Studios Florida. The show returned for the season back in April, but without the drones. They were discontinued during last year's season after another drone show in Orlando had an incident that injured a guest. Universal paused the use of drones, and the FAA launched an investigation into safety. Universal was given the all-clear to fly the drones again ahead of the show's April return, but they remained absent. CineSational uses the drones to enhance themed sections of the show. They take shapes relevant to the clips playing on the water screens and the film scores that anchor the performance. You can see a clip from the show on our website or watch the full show right here on our channel. Please enjoy. Something special is happening at the annual Passholder Lounge in Universal's Islands of Adventure for the Jaws 50th anniversary today, Friday, June 20th. What that's going to be, we don't know. I will tell you by the time this show airs, it will have happened. So please check out our social media or our website to see what it was. I hope it was something cool. I don't know what it was, but either way, it was Friday during a certain amount of time, and it happened. A new Back to the Future Universe collection is now available at Universal Studios Florida. We found the items at 5 and dime. There's the puffer vest for $95, which in fact looks like Marty McFly's from the film. There's a tank top for $30 with the out-of-time license plate. There's a sweatshirt for $45 as well. There's also a rain jacket for $95, which I need desperately, which kind of looks like a hazmat suit for handling the plutonium. I think this is great. Of course, this summer marks 40 years of Back to the Future, and a larger collection of merchandise was recently released. Some of these items were also available as part of the Universal Fan Fest Nights merchandise released at Universal Studios Hollywood. And as well, Back to the Future has taken over Schwab's Pharmacy across the street with window decals and 2 themed milkshakes, which we have reviewed. The main Starbucks location at Universal Orlando's CityWalk is temporarily closed for renovation. According to the Universal Orlando website, Starbucks at Universal CityWalk is temporarily relocated inside of Universal's Great Movie Escape as our team works on some venue enhancements. While the exterior covered seating area is still open for guests, the windows and doors are completely covered with black plastic. Green signs on the doors and guest walkway alert the would-be visitors to the temporary closure and the alternate location. Most of those signs are in the signature Starbucks green color. An additional sign in a deeper blue color is placed closer to the Great Movie Escape. The currently closed Starbucks is located just inside the entrance on the left-hand side of CityWalk past Bob-omb Shrimp Company. However, for the time being, guests will have to walk deeper into CityWalk and head all the way to the Great Movie Escape to grab a pick-me-up. Inside Universal's Great Movie Escape, a kiosk is still set up with one register and a small prep area. The counter and surrounding baskets are similar to the other Starbucks kiosks, but this one does have a very limited amount of space. We don't know how long this is going to take to be refurbished or renovated, but we will keep you in the loop. I do think it's sad. I love the Universal Great Movie Escape, especially the Back to the Future experience. I thought spectacular, but people are just not going. It's not going well, and it makes me sad. It's just, I don't know if it's marketing or just it's a bad location. People don't understand what a Great Movie Escape is. I don't know, but it's sad that they're like, oh, just throw the Starbucks in there, I guess. I mean, hopefully it helps some people find it. Because I love it. In a recent post from Universal Studios Japan, the park's newest popcorn bucket design has been revealed. It's a Bob-omb from the Super Mario franchise. The upcoming popcorn bucket is shaped like the iconic Bob-omb. The bucket is shown as having a round body in black, 2 orange feet, and a top piece shaped like the wick of the bomb. The popcorn bucket appears to come with a white patterned carry strap that features multiple characters from the games. The text specifically mentions a type of function that may be included, which will be either light or sound, replicating those made by the Bob-omb. It is translated from Japanese, so it's hard to tell what they mean. But either way, starting June 23rd, this will be available at USJ. It'll be sold exclusively at Pit Stop Popcorn inside of Super Nintendo World. A price was not revealed. Finnegan's Bar and Grill at Universal Studios Japan is closing later this year. To honor the restaurant, USJ is offering a giveaway campaign to guests wanting to celebrate the location. Finnegan's Bar and Grill is a restaurant located in the New York area of USJ. The full-service location offers European-style food in an Irish pub setting. There's also a bar where guests can enjoy seasonal cocktails. Universal Studios Japan has announced the last day of operations will be November 3rd, 2025. That'll be the end of Finnegan's. In the post, USJ expresses their gratitude to all those who have supported the restaurant. In doing so, they also announced the giveaway campaign where winners will get to experience a special party or receive limited edition original merchandise. For information on how to enter the giveaway, the campaign period, and more, please visit our website. It's worth noting the Spider-Man attraction across the way closed a while ago, and they still have not announced a replacement. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, you know it's very likely Pokemon. Now, Finnegan's is across the street and is now closing. So are we getting a Pokemon restaurant? Is that what's happening? We'll have to wait and find out. But it is expected the first Pokemon attractions and area in any Universal Park will be Japan. They haven't announced it yet, but it seems to be on the way. You can support the entire team behind the show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. Special shout out to all our WIGS members watching who make this show happen every week. For more information on the stories we talked about here and those we didn't, head on over to universalparksnewstoday.com. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to Universal Parks News Today on YouTube for more great content, and click the bell for notifications. Also, make sure to hit select all notifications so you never miss an episode of the show. For UPNT, this is Tom Corliss saying the future is whatever you make it, so make it a good one. Bye, everybody.